Look at all the blue. It is everywhere. Wow, just mounds of it. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Ellie Knows Rocks. I am standing outside of beautiful Superior, Arizona today, and we are looking for chrysocolla, malachite, and dioptase. We're at a location that is a private source location. I have the permission to be here, but I can't share the exact location with you. But there are some really awesome features surrounding it so far, and I'm super excited to go take a look at all of these beautiful things and hopefully find some really awesome minerals. Thank you so much for being part of this adventure, and let's go see what we find. So this trip was an impromptu trip. So before I actually get started, I have to go grab some tools. All right guys, we're going into Harbor Freight to get some tools because I forgot mine. This set of tools I'm gonna try to keep in the car, but I doubt Dan's gonna let me. Last minute tools. Okay, we have a successful $20 worth of tools later, and again, we will try to keep these in the car. I'm sure that all of you guys are asking, why don't I just keep my geology bag in the car? Well, it doesn't always work. Like, I had to come down to Phoenix for an audition, and then I had to pack up all of my stuff for Comic-Con or Phoenix Fan Fusion, and there wasn't really much room in the car, and this little trip was kind of an afterthought going, I came to Phoenix a day early, let me find something to do, so let's go find this site. Successful that the directions that I have are real. It's always a scary part, right? We never know what we're going to find. You're driving through Superior right now. It's a cute little town, and it has gorgeous, gorgeous geology surrounding it. It's absolutely stunning, stunning mountain features. We're getting closer to where we're at, but we still have a little bit of a drive. The Saguaros are blooming. Isn't that beautiful? There's so many laws of geology going on right now. We have angular upthrusts, disconformities, laws of superposition everywhere, cross-cutting relationships. These are gorgeous. This is all stuff that you guys can also learn in my short Geology 101 series. Look at that stuff. Old mining head frames and equipment. Let's go check it out. That looks pretty cool. Already, there is blue everywhere. It's all over the road. That's pretty awesome. Really cool old mining features. You guys know how much I love that. So let's find a vein or the source. Look at this conglomerate. Is that not cool? All of those beautiful rounded clasts inside of this oxide, probably a welded tuff. That's what a lot of the Superstition mountains are made out of, is welded tuff, conglomerates, and breccias. And this has some brecciated clasts in it as well. Conglomerate means they're rounded clasts within a matrix, and a breccia means they're angular clasts that are welded together in a matrix. And this particularly is matrix supported, which means there is more fine grain aphanitic material around the clasts than there are clasts. This is pretty cool. They lined the road because it was steep with these huge timbers, and they beat the timbers into the ground with big old metal stakes so that people, if they're driving on this, I'm imagining, wouldn't accidentally bump off the edge of the road and go flying down. I mean, that would have been drastic. Oh, check that out. That is a beautiful sight. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Old building. Looks like a old transformer station perhaps. And then you've got the remnants of an old mill site over there. Wow, and some really cool oxides that you can see on the side of the hill. Old bits of power line. That's cool. Look at all that blue. Awesome chrysocolla. That is an old mining wall. An old rock retaining wall right there. I love seeing stuff like that. Look how amazing some of the colors are in these rocks. Isn't that stunning? And the banding. Wow. So this is a welded rhyolite, and you can see some of the bands in the rhyolite. And then you've got some chrysocolla. The ground is just beautifully colored with reds and browns and greens. And I think I'm gonna head up that hill and see what I can find up there. Got some malachite. Really pretty banded malachite. You can cut this and sometimes it turns out really well. Some more malachite and chrysocolla together. Got some layered chrysocolla and malachite. A little bit more layered malachite and chrysocolla. That's pretty cool. I mean, some of this is very soft, so it does fall apart pretty easy, but it's pretty stunning. I'm gonna pick up these couple pieces. They're coming with me. Ground is simply beautiful. Look at all of the green and the blue everywhere. Oh wow, that guy, how pretty that is. Look at that beautiful malachite and chrysocolla. That's pretty awesome looking. Got this pretty piece of chrysocolla. My little tiny sledgehammer. Oop, half of it went flying into the bushes. And this is what kind of broke on the vein with some malachite there. But it's pretty much the same all throughout, just kind of very chalky. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just simply means that it didn't have a lot of silicate in this. It's very, very weakly bonded. Oops, this looks pretty cool. Like these, that's really a beautiful piece. It looks like a little monument or a little claw. The flies today are just everywhere. Oh, look at this rock though. Look how colorful that is. Wow. This is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ground. Oh, look at this. No, it's not a bullet. This looks like a magnesium nodule. Ha! How cool is that? It was just right up underneath this rock. It's kind of got a center, almost like a magnesium concretion. Love it. Leave it up to your friendly neighborhood geologist, me, to be hiking up the most difficult part of the hill. Ooh, oh, that's so pretty. The blue here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like, it is stunning and everywhere. My backpack's gonna be so full by the time I'm done. This is a disaster. I am so excited about this right now. I can't believe it. I was really hoping that since we're in copper oxides and copper sulfides that we would find just this. Check it out. Now, at first glance, this just looks like a black rock, right? With some funkiness on it. But when you get closer, you see the rainbows. This one, this one, this one. Oh, wow. Oh, and they're even better this way. This is turgite. This is an oxidized form of goethite, and it has this beautiful rainbow iridescence to it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to find this. I haven't seen this in the wild in so long. Oh, and it's so heavy, though I don't know if I will be able to carry it home. My backpack's not that big, but holy cow, I can't believe this. All right, we're gonna whack this open. Make the rock smaller, so now I can think I can take like part of it home. Yeah, I can take that part home. Cool. Oh my gosh, look at the other side too. I hope you can see those rainbows. Wow. This area is just amazing. We're still hiking up. Still on the struggle bus a little bit because I keep stopping to pick stuff up. Figures, right? Look at this big old vein right here. Big old chunky stuff of chrysocolla and malachite. Wow. That is stunning. It's almost brecciated. It's really pretty. These are slick lines, guys. Check it out. This is from a fault structure sliding along this rock and creating those really awesome looking striations. Geologists love slick lines. We call them slickensides. Let's discuss the difference between a rock and a mineral. Yes, there is a huge difference. Now, let's start with what a rock is. A rock is composed of 2 or more minerals, and it comes in a massive form or stabilizes in a massive form. And a mineral is considered a naturally occurring inorganic substance that has a specific structure characteristic, and it's made up of 2 or more elements. Now, there is an exception to the rule with a couple minerals that are also just single elements, such as gold and copper and silver and diamond, which is carbon. But these are the exception, these are not the rule. So a mineral is made up of 1 or more elements and has a very specific structure characteristic, and a rock is made up of 2 or more minerals and comes in a massive form. You guys, look at this. There's like a whole gigantic vein of chrysocolla. I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna try to pry some of that out because, hey, we're here and I've got to. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, it pries apart really fast. I didn't even need the hammer. Holy cow. Look at that. It just comes apart. That's crazy. Look how big those pieces are. Wow. Man, I thought that was gonna be like really super difficult, but nope, guess not. Oxides are like that though. Particularly chrysocolla. It weathers pretty easily. Once it gets exposed to air and sunlight, it actually falls apart. Ouch, unless it's really competent. Man, oh man. It was pretty fun to take it apart though. My gosh, do you guys see it? Because I barely did. I had to start to stumble a little bit. Let me get over there. The ground is actually like not easy to walk on. Look. Beautiful blue azurite. Wow. That is stunning. It's just on the surface, but that is really spectacular. Look at those folds. Wow. Aren't those beautiful? And you got a little bit of a rock contact going on here, and everything kind of dips like a syncline. That's pretty neat looking. Hey guys, check this out. I may have found a piece of what they might be calling dioptase here. Check this out. You guys, I think we definitely found some. It's kind of difficult to see just with the camera. You can see the light catch it. But this is dioptase. Dioptase, however you want to pronounce it. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Check it out under a hand lens. All right, let's check this out with a hand lens. Now, it is super green, and look at the back, look at that, and this. Woo, look at it shine. There is a slight possibility that this could also be brochantite, but it's not quite green enough. It also doesn't have that bluish green color that most dioptase has. Holy crap. I'm freaking out right now. This is the best one that I have found so far. I'll turn it around so you can see. Look at that beauty. Holy cow. No words. I have no words. Some of them have been super, super tiny. This one, this is the best so far. Wow. Wow. Wait, I'm just looking along the wall. I really want to go up there. I'm like torn because I keep finding little teeny tiny bits of dioptase, like little small ones. But the crystal itself doesn't actually get that big. Oh crap. Do you see it? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. This is the biggest piece I've found, you guys. This is actually the only time I've ever found dioptase. This is it. This has, wow. This is amazing. And like I was saying, the crystals, they never actually get that big. I think that the biggest ones are recorded at like 0.75 of a centimeter. So I guess they can get, you know, closer to, is that a 1/4 inch? But they're generally like, they're really tiny and they're taken with macro lenses in order to zoom in on everything. But look at that. Wow. Oh, I'm just blown away. This is so incredibly beautiful. Apparently I must look dead because those are turkey vultures flying right over me. Oh, that's funny. Wow, you guys, I just picked this up because of how bright blue the chrysocolla was, but look, there's dioptase in the dirt. I'm gonna have to clean this off better when I get home to actually see how much is on there, but look at it glimmer and shine. Look at this. Look at how bright green that is. Wow. Just stunning. You guys know me, I've found the little stuff now that's coating. I want some visible big crystals. Where do I find them? And I know they don't get that big, but oh, I need more. I got the fever. This is, oh my goodness. I just thought this was an awesome bug with some botryoidal, almost grape agate type chalcedony in the vug. And this is more dioptase. And this stuff's pretty cool. Dioptase forms as a secondary copper mineral in copper deposits, and it's created by the weathering and oxidation of primary minerals, and it's oftentimes associated with other secondary copper minerals such as malachite, chrysocolla, and azurite. Now, brochantite is a completely different beast. Brochantite is a sulfate mineral, and it forms in arid climates and in rapidly oxidizing deposits of copper sulfates. It forms small prismatic crystals that are typically needle-like, and it rarely forms large visible crystals. You can see the huge difference between the teal-looking dioptase crystal on this rock with chrysocolla and that darker green crystal of brochantite. The larger rock has brochantite on it, this stuff right here, that deeper, almost foresty green, and there's some foresty green crystals right here next to the dioptase as well. This is a pretty special piece with dioptase, brochantite, and chrysocolla. I saw this one from pretty far away. This is all dioptase. It's awesome. It's on a piece of rhyolite. The rhyolite here has been richly oxidized. That's why it has that really dark red color to it. And just look at the way this shines, and it cleaned up so beautifully. And this is copper oxide fault gouge. This is really cool. It still has preserved some of the slick lines on the gouge itself, but fault gouge happens when a fault is rubbing next to another rock and other minerals form inside of it and start to get crushed. It's not really cemented together, it's just kind of compacted together. So it will stay into this form until you could slowly start to break it apart, but it's not solid like a rock. Now, before we left, I had to go and check out all of the mining stuff. This is really neat. This is part of the hoist wheels that they would have used to pull carts of ore up from a shaft, usually. Now, although I didn't find any shaft area, it looks like once we get closer that this guy did go down into the ground a little bit, but it was attached to that head frame over there. Once we get closer to this, you see the grate going across. I think that went down into something, or maybe it was just a platform for people to walk in. I have no idea, but I wasn't gonna jump over the fence to figure it out. I do love all of the old wheels. I mean, they're huge. Those things weigh a ton. Now, just for fun and to see if my theory is correct, I want to go check out the big building because I believe that it would have some hoist motors in there or some cables that it would have attached to this, to the head frame to pull ore up out of the ground. They would have ran directly to these wheels, and if we turn around, to that head frame over there, giving it some leverage to pull up something from somewhere, and then going straight over to that big building. And yes, I know that the warehouse says keep out, no trespassing, but actually just says danger. It doesn't say no trespassing. I just wanted to get closer to it and peek inside. So, and lovely little outhouse. That's pretty cute. You can see though that they just kind of left it a mess. Most old warehouses look pretty junky like this, but if we look, you can see those big, huge hoist engines, and the cable is still attached to them. That cable would have ran around, and they would have used giant generators to spool those things up, attach it through the head frame again, and over to those big wheels to pull up ore out of some shaft. I just wish I knew where the shaft was, because normally the shaft would have been underneath of that head frame. Without knowing for sure, it's just a mystery. But I enjoyed my time up here so much, and I loved the minerals that I found. It was definitely a first for me for finding dioptase. I'd never actually seen it before in the wild. I'd only ever seen pictures or seen it in a museum or a private collection. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please do all of the things to help it grow, including subscribing to my channel.
Thank you guys so much for joining me on this awesome little adventure. I can't believe we've found so many blue minerals today. I am blown away by how gorgeous some of them were. I hope you guys loved it. I hope you learned something, and thank you so much for being part of this adventure. I'll see you on the next one.